What is the most haunted place in California? Some might say it's Alcatraz, but that's for tourists. If you were to ask any local, they'd tell you it's the Winchester Mystery House in San Jose, in the late 1860s. Sarah Winchester, the widow of the inventor of the famous rifle, moved to San Jose. She believed that the spirits of those killed by her husband's invention were haunting her, so she started building an enormous, labyrinthine mansion to escape them. Construction began in 1876 and took 8 years to complete. During that time, Sarah spent over $5 million, the modern-day equivalent of nearly $150 million, making it the largest private construction project in U.S. history up to that point. But why? Well, as the story goes, she was driven by the spirits. She had a series of bizarre and intense dreams in which she was led through a dark and twisting path by two men. She followed their ghostly figures through keyholes and down long hallways until they arrived at a staircase. Then the men disappeared. And when Sarah reached out to touch them, she found only cold air where they stood. She awoke from her dreams in a cold sweat, believing that she was being beckoned by spirits to a house that was meant to confuse them. So she hired 2 architects to design a floor plan for her dream house. But after looking over the blueprints, both architects quit because they couldn't make sense of it. So Sarah hired a 3rd architect, who after much convincing, finally agreed to take on the project. Construction began, and workers quickly found that they were building a house unlike any other. Rooms were not square, and doors didn't line up with their frames. Windows were set at impossible angles, and staircases led to nowhere. Walls were pierced by archways that offered views of rooms that didn't exist. And trapdoors appeared in the middle of the floor with no way to open them. After 8 years and countless mishaps, the house was finished. It had become a confusing and labyrinthine structure with 160 rooms, 43 of which were bedrooms, 40 bathrooms, 8 kitchens, and 2 ballrooms. With its construction complete, Sarah moved right in. She lived there for the rest of her life, adding to its mystique. Even after her passing in 1922, the house continued to baffle guests with its strange design and rumors of hauntings. To this day, it remains one of the most popular tourist destinations in California, with over 125,000 visitors each year. Now, if you're ever in the area, I highly recommend checking it out for yourself. Just be careful, because as the story goes, if you listen closely, you can still hear the footsteps of those poor lost souls wandering the halls of the Winchester Mystery House. Thanks for watching. For more historical hauntings, stay tuned.